This is the Bulldog Sports TV pregame show, sponsored by Green Hills Insurance of Bethany. If you need it insured, they've got you covered. Now let's head out to the ball game.
All right, welcome in here to Bulldog Sports TV. CF Rainey joined by Andrew Sweat as we get ready for another Grand River Conference matchup between South Harris and Polo. We're here in Polo starting an hour early, so hope you were able to catch that change. And impending weather tonight, Andrew, so they moved the game up, and we appreciate that. Had to hustle a little bit maybe to get down here, but appreciate the opportunity to not get caught in a storm. I don't know if you ever played any games. I remember we went to Plattsburgh in the early 2000s, and we were there, and a storm blew in, and it just kept storming. We were in their gymnasium. They finally decided to postpone the game until Saturday morning.
Oh, yeah.
And then we went back to Plattsburgh, so drove an hour home and then an hour back to Plattsburgh. The good thing about that, we had no momentum, and we're losing that game. When we came back that Saturday, we scored, got momentum, and came back and won. I'm sure Plattsburgh was hoping that we'd go ahead and win. I think maybe getting ready here for the national anthem. We'll go ahead and step away from the Green Hills Insurance. Be back for more after this.
Green Hills Insurance, LLC of Bethany is a locally owned and operated independent insurance agency providing coverage since 1996. They're licensed to operate in Missouri, Iowa, and Kansas, offering competitive rates with top carriers. They can insure a wide variety of risks, including home, farm, auto, boats, RVs, equipment, business owners, commercial buildings, bonds, and more. Located on the south side of the square in Bethany, stop by or give them a call at 660-425-7900. At Green Hills Insurance, if you need it insured, they've got you covered.
Hi, this is Rhonda from Little Clara's Garden. Bulldog fans, nothing says victory like the beauty of fresh flowers. Little Clara's Garden is your hometown flower shop, proudly supporting the South Harrison Bulldogs. From game day spirit bouquets, balloons, and gifts for every occasion, we've got the perfect gift to brighten your day. Stop by Little Clara's Garden, where every arrangement is made with love, just like our Bulldogs play with heart. Little Clara's Garden, growing community, one bouquet at a time.
Bethany Building Center is your locally owned source for quality building supplies, lumber, hardware, plumbing, and electrical needs. Whether you're starting new construction, tackling a remodel, or putting up a pole barn or shed, our team is here to help. We're proud to carry a full line of steel power equipment, including trimmers, chainsaws, and pressure washers, as well as trusted power tools from top brands like Milwaukee and DeWalt. Bethany Building Center, everything for the builder and the do-it-yourselfer.
All right, let's get back here to the Green Hills Insurance pregame show. And about 5 minutes away from kickoff, Andrew, again between South Harrison Polo. And so South Harrison comes in after that Week 2 loss to Putnam County, riding a win streak, and got a big one last week against a good Brookfield team at home on senior night. Now they'll go on the road for these last 2 regular season games. You've played here, right? Polo always comes in. Sometimes they'll have unique formations to what you see. It's not something you see on a Saturday or a Sunday. Coach Ross always does a great job of scheming to his team's strengths each year. And if you're South Harrison, sometimes it's from week to week you see some similarities. A lot of times you don't see that when you're down here at Polo.
Yeah, it seems like every time I played here, there was a different offensive scheme that we had to go against every year. So it'll be interesting to see how their formations look this year. But, I'm sure Coach Shoney and the team watch a lot of film. But, yeah, like you said, coming off a big win last week against the Brookfield Bulldogs, 23-6 was the final in that one. On senior night, got the W. But really impressed by their performance. And, kind of like we talked about on our Sports Central show, you can't – after a big win, it's easy to kind of get caught up with that win and drop maybe a game like this, kind of a trap game. So, South Harrison has to try to avoid that. And hopefully the weather's good, looking a little cloudy down there. So hopefully it holds off. But we should be in store for a good one tonight.
Yeah, we do, at least. Thankful to Polo Athletic Department. We contact them. They have us a place in the press box. Yep. So if it does start to rain, we got windows in front of us, but we at least have some cover over our heads. But it is one of those, and Andrew, when you're dealing with high schoolers, right, keeping those teenagers focused week after week.
Yeah.
And after that Putnam County game, I think the game South Harrison knew they were looking towards, once you're looking at GRC standings and everything, was that Brookfield game. You get over that hump, close at half, but South Harrison able to pull away in the second half. Now you don't want to fall in the trap that you're not looking at this Polo game and taking it serious. I know Coach Schoening, in his interview with me this week, talked about, hey, look, we're going to approach Polo the same way we approach Brookfield.
Yeah.
And that's something they really pushed this week to make sure, hey, look, this is a team, and last year you called this game. This is a team that plays tough. They're always schematically sound in what they do. We were watching them warm up, and a number of seniors on this team and some athletes and some size. And so South Harrison's going to have to bring their A game. And the other thing we haven't talked about, Andrew, if we do start to get some rain, how that can be an equalizer sometimes as well and make a difference between two teams.
Yeah, absolutely, because, I mean, when you're playing out in the conditions, it can get a little muddy. Already some, like, dirt patches out on the field, so that could cause some issues maybe midfield. But, yeah, if you're Polo, not as good as a record as South Harrison, you can try to use that to your advantage and hopefully, on their side of things can come out of here with an upset win. South Harrison, on the other hand, we haven't played in a rain game this year or anything like that. I can't really even remember in the recent past the last time they did. But I'm sure they had some rainy practices, so you can get used to it. But, yeah, we're all pumped up to get this kickoff going. It looks like captains are coming out on the field here with 1.5 minutes remaining till kickoff.
Yeah, so it's one of those when you talk about it. And, Andrew, just looking back, you played running back. Did you have many games that you played as the wind is picking up here?
Picking up.
We hope that's not an ominous sign to what's approaching. But did you have any games where you were playing in the rain and had to make sure ball security and those types of things?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like you said, I had Lathrop my freshman year, kind of like a game when, you had to cancel it the night before and then replay it the next day. Luckily, that was a home game for us, so we got to be nearby for that. But hopefully that doesn't happen in this case. But, yeah, we have to really make sure you are controlling the ball, both hands over the football as a running back. It may seem not that important, but the ball can get really slippery, and that's when fumbles start happening, and that's when upsets can happen. So I got to make sure to protect that football.
Well, and that's something last week we saw from South Harrison, right? They're driving on that first drive. They took the kickoff, and as they were driving, they get down to around the 30-35 of Brookfield and turned it over. And then all of a sudden they didn't score again until mid-second quarter. And so that turnover, right, turnovers, penalties can make a big difference in the game, and that turnover switched some momentum. Thankfully, South Harrison's defense was able to hold through that first half and then added a safety there right before halftime to get that to 9-0 going into the half. And so if you're South Harrison, number one, we're watching the captains out there getting ready for the kickoff, and we'll give you that call on who wins the toss. But early momentum, right? You're a Polo team, and you're coming in trying to finish off a season. And we counted; they have a number of starters on this team, right? You're here at home. You just got a couple more guaranteed home games, because once you get to district play, depending on records and where everyone sits in the district standings, you don't know.
Yeah.
You want to make sure, hey. And you want to protect the house. You want to protect where you grew up as a kid watching teams play, where you practiced, where you played for 2 years in junior high and 4 years in high school. And so I'm sure Polo's coming in with a lot of emotion with the idea, hey, South Harrison, sure, they've had a good season at this point, but we can spoil that tonight on our home field.
Yeah, absolutely. And, every game matters. Obviously the entire year, but especially when you get down towards the wire here. Obviously a couple, 2 games remaining left on the regular season. So you got to really end the season strong, because that really predicts how, your playoff expectations are going to look at that point. And it looks like South Harrison is going to receive the ball.
Yeah, so they win the toss. They'll receive. We'll step away. Thanks again for tuning in on Bulldog Sports TV here to the Green Hills Insurance pregame show. We'll be back with kickoff after this commercial break.
Make every room your favorite room with O'Neill's Home Furnishings in Bethany. From lazy boy recliners and stylish sectionals to bedroom sets and dining tables built to last, we bring comfort and style together. Plus, enjoy free delivery, setup, and takeaway within 60 miles. Financing is available, subject to credit approval. Visit o'neillshomefurnishings.com or call 660-425-7200. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6. O'Neill's, where great style meets everyday living.
All right, so we'll get here and we'll prepare for kickoff. And our camera going to be just a little different, so I apologize if I don't get the zooms and everything right tonight. So we had to do a little different setup with our camera because of the height where we're at. But we await the kickoff here from Polo to South Harrison.
And it's going to be like a little squib kick, and that's going to go out of bounds before he hops on at Case Morgan there. So, yeah, and that's South Harrison. They've been a team who does struggle, on special teams and kickoff returns. So that's not a bad idea to kind of start it off from the ground there if you're Polo. It did go out of bounds.
And that's one of those, Andrew, South Harrison in that Putnam game. That's what cost him, right? A similar kickoff, and South Harrison was waiting to see if it'd go out of bounds. It didn't, and Putnam was able to get on it. But South Harrison will take it where it goes out of bounds. 1st and 10 here. And assume we're going to see, especially here early, that South Harrison run game, it'll be spotted, the 37, so just out across the 35.
So here comes the Bulldog offense. Jet Cornett, the quarterback, with Eckerson, Coffee, Galloway, Taggart out. And they're going to do a little sweep play here to Galloway on the far side. Good pickup there. So he's knocked out of bounds just before that first down marker, a couple yards shy. Bring up a 2nd down and 2, it looks like.
Yeah, so nice
that was
job.
Brandon Hoover, excuse me.
That time of getting to the edge. South Harrison got some big plays to the edge, but struggled getting there a couple times early last week.
Yeah. So you're on 2nd down. Handoff up the middle to Cray Coffey. Strong run from him as he picks up the 1st down, and they're already in Polo territory.
Yeah, and that's one of those, Andrew, we talked about. And you saw it out of Coffee again, right? He's not going to spin. He's not going to make multiple jump cuts. But it's just that he had that one little cut. There was a defender at the line of scrimmage to get the 1st down for South Harrison.
So 1st down and 10. Going to be a handoff to Coffee. And Coffee's got some room up the middle as he breaks free. Past the 25, near like the 23-yard line.
Yeah, so that's
another big booming run for Cray Coffey.
Yeah, and that's what you want to South Harrison. If you can come out and establish that run game, because that's the base of their offense. They want to run the ball, so if they can try to establish that early, it opens up opportunities to sneak in a pass or something later.
Yeah, it's the bread and butter of this offense for sure. So Coffey and Galloway, the 2 backs. Hoover comes in motion. Looks like there's a flag. False start on the offense.
Yeah, someone got started just a little quick on South Harrison. Not that you ever want a penalty, but getting them on 1st down is definitely what you'd like. And you're also, Andrew, in that place on the field inside the 30 of Polo that you're definitely in 4-down territory.
So 1st down and 15 now. Cornett lines up under center. Galloway comes in motion. He's going to do that little sweep play again. As Galloway gets back to the line of scrimmage at least.
Yeah, so he made up the penalty yards there.
Yep, so now it'll be 2nd down and 10.
He's first met by number 33, Tommy Ross.
Tommy Ross, and we were talking about him.
Yeah.
He looks like a linebacker out there. He's got those big shoulder pads and
cowboy collar.
Yeah, just his build out there, and so he's able to make the stop after a gain of just 5.
Yeah, those linebackers tonight for Polo defense are going to have to, you know, they're going to be very important when you have a guy like Craig Coffey who really just runs up the middle, and there's going to be that little screen pass to Cale Taggart trying to get some blocking upfield as he's pushed out of bounds. So good pickup there, and that is a first down.
I think like 13 yards there on the spot. So South Harrison had a blocker out there, but Taggart just went ahead and hit the gas and picked up 13 there on that quick little kind of, I mean, it wasn't even a bubble screen, just a quick screen out to the flat.
You know,
he just turned his numbers, towards Jet Cornett.
So South Harrison offense threatening here as Galloway comes in motion. The handoff up the middle to Big Craig Coffey, and he stopped. It's a decent pickup there. He's down inside the 10, it looks like.
A gain of 3 there. So honestly, right, if you're the Polo defenders, did a pretty good job of limiting what Coffey could do.
Yeah.
Number 1, Moore.
So South Harrison offense already taken 4 minutes off the clock here.
Yeah, and that's what South Harrison last week.
Yeah.
Right, just had that
ball
one
for the
drive
entire
that
third quarter.
Owned the third quarter.
Here on second down, they're going to do a toss to Mason Galloway. He's inside the 5.
Yeah, I think it'll be third down, but the nice thing is South Harrison can pick up a first down.
Yeah.
So just 3rd and 1. I would assume here we see maybe number 49 in between the tackles. Craig Coffey's done such a great job on those short yardage downs, especially down near the end zone.
Absolutely.
He has great body lean, of course, runs with good power.
It's nearly impossible to stop him down here. Here's the handoff to Coffey. Looks like he was tripped there, but he reaches into the end zone. That's a South Harrison touchdown. So the Bulldogs strike first here in Polo.
Yeah, he dove over on that one. So we get ready for the point after attempt kick by Jet Cornett. The wind is picking up a little bit, and we talked about that on the drive down, that if the wind picks up, if that'll affect this South Harrison kicking game.
So here's the extra point. It's up, and looks like it was no good. Just wide left. So that'll make your score 6-0 South Harrison.
All right, we'll step away. Be back for more here from Polo after this commercial break.
Harrison County Community Hospital, your trusted hometown healthcare provider. We're here for you with a 24-hour emergency department, inpatient and outpatient care, and a full range of health services. Our primary care clinics in Bethany and Eagleville are here to meet your everyday health needs. And we're growing with you. Soon we'll open our brand new state-of-the-art hospital built to serve our community with even greater care right here at home. Our mission is simple: exceptional care for every patient, every day. Learn more at hcchospital.org.
All right. CF Rainey Andrew Sweat back here in Polo. South Harrison scores on their first drive. Andrew missed the extra point. Sometimes when that happens early, you wonder if that comes back to make a difference in the game.
Yeah.
And we'll see here. South Harrison does have the ability to go forward on 2 as well with their offense as they get ready to kick off. In this scenario, Andrew, you mentioned they struggle in sometimes.
Yeah, so here's the little drop kick that Cornett likes to do. And it'll be taken out by Polo. He just kind of get tripped up on his own feet there. That was number 8, Skylar Webster. So we'll get a look at the Polo offense for the first time tonight.
And this is one of those, Andrew, we've talked about, right? Let's see what they come out. A lot of times, and you know from playing them, they'll have those splits with their offensive linemen foot to foot. Sometimes they'll have like a little spinner back and 2 guys back there, and they're going to start with splitting a couple guys out and go shotgun.
We have seen Polo pass more in these few recent years as quarterback Owen Horner throws it. It was intended target, but that's a good job by Cale Taggart being there on the hit, letting him catch it and then take him down. That'll be, looks like a loss of about 2 or 3.
Pass complete to Webster.
Yeah, Webster on that catch, and Taggart again.
For a loss of 2, bring it second down and 12.
Did a good job getting off the stalk block out there and getting up the field. And so I think, right, if you're Polo, South Harrison at times, they were much better on the back end defensively last week than they have been. I think testing them in the past game may not be a bad idea against this South Harrison team, but now they'll come out and with those tight splits.
So Horner's under the gun. He's going to hand this one off up the middle, but taken down by a couple of those big South Harrison D linemen.
Number 33, Tommy Ross on the carry.
And a short.
Yeah, so
I guess it was no gain, yeah.
3rd and 12. Polo get a couple new players in, and South Harrison that time it was a nice job. The line did a good job of holding up, and then I think it was Coffey and Galloway from their linebacker spots did a nice job of running to the ball.
So from the gun, Horner's going to throw this one deep. Looks like he had his man, but couldn't quite haul it in. That was number 6, Ryan Robinson. So just like that, it'll be a 4th down in an obvious punting situation.
Yeah, with the field position. And that's, again, South Harrison will play with fire schematically sometimes in the fact that they'll man up, no safety help. And Trevor Henry was there step for step, but a possibility of a big conversion, at least a first down, there on the throw, and Webster not able to bring it in.
Yeah, Horner gave Webster a chance to haul that one in, just couldn't quite do it. And here's the punt as Jet Cornett is back to return this, and he's going to end up catching it and taking it back. He's down around the 43-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will get this drive started.
Yeah, and that's one of those, Andrew, sometimes, right, Jet Cornett had played wide receiver because of the injury to Bryson Quinley. He was going to play quarterback start, and then Quinley ends up with the broken collarbone, so Jet Cornett's your quarterback for the season. You don't always have your quarterback fielding punts,
yeah.
And sometimes you're like, hey, I'd rather him fair catch that or take a knee than maybe take a hit that he doesn't have to take unnecessarily.
Yeah, definitely, but I guess that one ended up working out for him as he got pretty decent field position. So Cornett will do that little fake toss, and will do the handoff to the quickster Brendan Hoover, who has a good run, and you can see him, covering that football. He had that Scotland County had that big run and then ended up fumbling it near the goal line, but he's done a really good job at that, protecting that football since then.
Well, it's going to be second and less than a yard. I wasn't sure if they'd measured or not, because it looks like it's right on that hash mark across on the 47. It's hard to tell where the official's standing. But South Harrison's not going to need much here to get the first down.
Second and a few inches as Eckerson comes in motion. Handoff to Craig Coffey as he easily got that first down. He's past the 45, a little bit deeper into Panther territory.
Yeah, and so, right, South Harrison, we mentioned last week their time of possession in that game was huge, and especially Brookfield scored on the very first offensive snap of the second half, and then South Harrison had it the rest of the third quarter and into the fourth quarter. And it's those long drives sometimes, especially when they run and grind it out, that they'll wear a defense down.
Yeah, absolutely. South Harrison's not usually a flashy type offense, but ground it and pound it. And here's a handoff to Mason Galloway. He'll be down around the 40-yard line.
So a game about 3.
Sounds like they're calling him Hoover.
So second and 7 here. That clock winding down near 4 minutes here in the first half. And again, South Harrison scored, missed the extra point, but driving again here, Andrew. And I think you probably pick up another first down. You're definitely in 4-down territory, depending on what goes on.
So on second and 7. There's Hoover coming in motion. They're going to hand this one off to Coffey, but looks like they tripped him up immediately. Still was able to get a few yards on that.
And that was, trying to see, it was.
Yeah, it looks like Tommy Ross was in there in the tackle.
Whit Baldwin got him around the knees and caused Coffey to have to spin and kind of back in. but he's still able to get yardage and bring up a 3rd and 3 here.
Yeah, 3:19 remaining in the first quarter. It's a big 3rd down for South Harrison. Looks like Polo's blitzing, but Mason Galloway's got some room, and he might be gone. See if they get him there.
They have him.
They haven't marked him yet. He's in. Touchdown, South Harrison. Massive run by Mason Galloway on 3rd and short to extend their lead. That'll make it a 12-0 game.
Yeah, and that's where Galloway, really shows off his speed. And we talked about it from the very first week, how different he's looked running the ball and more decisive on his cuts and then able to use his speed. And it looks like South Harrison will go for 2 here.
Yeah, so after the missed extra point last time, they'll try to make this a 14-0 game. Cornet from the gun takes the snap looking to pass, and he might decide to keep it instead, but they're going to end up taking him down. 2-point conversion is no good, so it's 12-0 South Harrison with 3 minutes remaining.
All right, we'll be back after this word from one of our sponsors.
At Pettyjohn Auto Center, we put customers first, making car buying easy and stress-free with honest pricing and no hidden fees. Choose from 9 trusted brands of new cars: Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, plus more than 250 quality pre-owned vehicles. Our service department is here to keep you on the road with confidence. Visit any of our 3 locations in Bethany, Albany, and Trenton, or browse our inventory anytime at pettyjohnauto.com.
All right, CF Rainey joined again by Andrew Sweat. And Andrew, South Harrison with that 12-0 lead. 2 early touchdowns, but not able to get the kick on the point after on the first one. Then the 2-point fails there. So just 12-0 as they get ready to kick it back off to the Panthers.
So far, South Harrison Bulldog offense moving the ball with ease. And remember, they forced a punt from Polo their last drive as Jet Cornett will kick this one away, take a little bounce, and it'll be fielded by Polo. Looks like that's Webster, I believe. So he's taken down finally around the 35. Excuse me, that is Dalton Gatrell.
Yeah, so it'll be pretty good field position here for the Panthers, who didn't have great field position last time. And so they get an opportunity here. And again, we welcome everyone in on Bulldog Sports TV on Facebook and YouTube. As you're watching, we started early, so we hope that you subscribe and follow us, and we're able to catch that on the early start. There's some cloud star west, but hoping it blows north as we get ready for this 1st and 10 on the second drive.
And they'll just hand it off right up the middle, and can't quite tell who that is, but is a pretty solid pickup. Thought he was down immediately, but that was number 2, Dalton Gatrell.
Yeah, that's one of those. Yeah. So 2nd and 4 here. But that's one of those, sometimes if you're a defender on the back end, it looks like they're done. And sometimes guys kind of stop playing a little bit.
Yeah.
You're waiting for the whistle. And
look over, and there's still a guy running with the ball.
Yeah, and you've got to play to that whistle. And Polo did a nice job that time of keeping those legs churning.
Here we go, 2nd down and 4. Gonna do a little toss to, I think that's Tommy Ross. And he's gonna be just shy of that first down marker.
He stopped by 0, Barclay, 18.
And so South Harrison's going take Jet Cornett out and bring a little more beef in. And Tegan Alexander, who also plays center, doesn't play a whole lot of defense, but all of a sudden that defensive front for South Harrison gets bigger. See if Polo counters, although 3rd and 1, you expect to run here. We see their little weather outside Jamison. Just check the radar. It looks like hopefully that'll go north.
Horner in the gun on 3rd down. It'll be a quarterback keeper. Looks like he's going to push forward down to the 50 and get the first down. So Polo is starting to move the football here.
Yeah, and these are the ones, Andrew, and you know from playing polo, sometimes this is where they start to lull you to sleep with those run, and everyone tied, and then they fake it and look to hit one deep.
Yeah, and that's where South Harrison, that's been their weak point this year, you know, covering the pass, especially on those plays when you're not expecting it. And Owen Horner drops back to pass, but he's not going to get a chance to as he's taken down by big Ethan Smith, who's been a force on that defensive line.
Yeah, and
can't quite tell, did he get the
And that's
ball
one of those,
off,
right, you and I don't keep season stats, but I would guess that Ethan Smith is the sack leader for South Harrison, because it seems like he's one of those guys back there. I know some other guys, Joel McCall, I think, had 2 last week, but it seems like Ethan Smith is always around. He got the big one last week for a safety. Now 2nd and 18.
So he's averaging at least 1.5 a game. And here's the handoff. He's going to hand it off up the middle here. Decent pickup. Still a few yards shy of the line of scrimmage. That was.
Yeah, so a gain of about 5. We'll call it 6. 3rd and 12 here. Welcome in Gage Barclay's grandma. Gage had a big game. That's the end of the first quarter, Andrew. And so South Harrison with the 2 scores and both teams running the ball. So 12-0, South Harrison leads Polo. We'll step away again and hear from some of our sponsors.
For 125 years, Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri has proudly served as your locally owned community bank. From convenient online banking and our easy-to-use mobile app, we're here to meet all of your financial needs. With 10 locations across northern Missouri and southern Iowa, you'll always find trusted service close to home. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, locally owned, locally trusted, banking Bethany can count on. Learn more at onlinefarmersbank.com. Member FDIC.
Craving authentic Mexican flavor? Come to El Nopal, where every bite tastes like home. From sizzling fajitas and street-style tacos to delectable desserts, El Nopal brings the true taste of Mexico to your table. And now, we can bring the fiesta to you. Book the El Nopal food truck for birthdays, weddings, or any special event. And let us serve up tradition on wheels. El Nopal, authentic Mexican food made with love.
All right, get ready to start the second quarter here. 3rd and 12 for Polo.
Big 3rd down as they're going to do a little toss, pitch.
Yeah, a little shovel pass
shovel pass, yeah.
And it was.
But he's going to be short.
See who the first to get there was. It was Gage Barclay, his grandma watching from Florida. He was the first to get there. And just a gain. Welcome in the Robertsons watching as well. Great Bulldog fans. Actually, they'll say no gain, so we'll stay 4th and we'll get the down change. 4th and 12.
Punt formation. They're looking to fake it, and it is caught here, but he trips. Can't hang on.
Oh,
there's a
flag on the late hit.
Yeah,
on
it's going to
Smith,
be a late hit. Wow. Yeah, if he would have caught that, I think he would have got it. But regardless, it'll be a conversion for Polo via the penalty.
Boy, and that is a killer, because not only did you get the 4th down, you had him stopped on the fake, and tip of the cap to Coach Ross and that Polo staff for, no holds barred, saying, hey, we're going to go ahead. We're here to win this game.
Yeah.
And boy, it's just one of those, right? In high school, you just got to know if that guy's on the ground.
Yeah.
You got to pull up, and an effort penalty, but a penalty nonetheless to keep this drive alive.
Been watching too much NFL. There'll be a little toss. I think that was number 1, Drew Moore, with the carry. And he only gets maybe 1 yard.
Yeah, Ruger Johnson on that interior defensive line, the first to get there. South Harrison has come back with their base defense. Jet Cornett back on the field after, a couple passes. I think South Harrison, you don't want to give up the big one, and so maybe playing to their strength is Polo will split out a couple guys to the right of the formation here.
It's the snap from the gun, handoff to big number 33. And he has a solid pickup. That's Tommy Ross, and he'll be able to get the first down.
33, Tommy Ross on the carry, gains enough for a
So a little bit of momentum in this Polo offense.
Got my wife watching. She's down in Louisiana for a conference. She's watching before she heads out this evening. So first down there by Ross. And again, it was one of those, right? They get into the formation where they may throw it, Andrew, when they spread it out, and then they hit you with the run by big Tommy Ross.
So Owen Horner drops back to pass. He's going to throw this one deep down the field. Good coverage there by Jet Cornett to knock that one away. It'll bring up second down.
And that's one of those, that ball just kind of hung a little bit, and Cornett was there step for step. So 2nd and 10. And the other thing, Andrew, you don't see a lot of with teams, right? A lot of times teams will run one guy in with the play. Polo will run 2 or 3 guys in.
Yeah.
So with that, they can switch formations and do a lot of different things.
So 2nd down and 10. 2 receivers here on the near side. Owen Horner looking to pass again. He's got some pressure as he lets go of that one out of bounds. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah. That was Ruger Johnson and Ethan Smith there. And that was going to be, it looked like it was going to be probably a double move on a receiver. It was a little, right, he gave a little pump shoulder shimmy.
Yeah.
And if you want to throw those double moves, you got to have plenty of time, and South Harrison's D-line did a good job getting there. But we mentioned with South Harrison, Polo's definitely in 4-down territory here inside the South Harrison 30.
Yeah, Polo needs a score on this drive in order to stay in this ball game. So he'll hand it off to none other than Tommy Ross. It's about 4 on the carry, but it won't be enough, and it will bring up a crucial 4th down.
Yeah, and so this is 4th and 7-ish, about 6.5 maybe. And this is one of those, right, if you're South Harrison, you make sure you don't jump. If you jump off sides, you wouldn't give them a first down, but you'd give them 5 yards and make it a 4th and very short here.
Yeah, they've been in this situation a few times this year, and they are usually good at holding their own. And here's the snap. Owen Horner, the quarterback with a keeper. He's not going to get it, though. South Harrison is going to take over on downs. Great stop by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, nice stop there by South Harrison. So needed 7 and got about 5. Welcome in one of my good buddies, Luke Chamberlain. Spent a lot of times in the stands with Luke at basketball games, with his daughters, playing on the same team as my daughter, at track meets and everything. Always enjoy seeing who's watching. The South Harrison gets the stop, and 8:50 to go. 1st and 10 here now in Polo territory.
So Galloway will come in motion, but he'll hand this one off to Craig Coffey as he's tripped up on the 25.
Yeah,
solid pickup there for him.
Couldn't tell who that was out there. Sometimes.
It's number 62, Lucas Ritter, I believe.
Ritter. Those green numbers on the black jerseys sometimes hard to see, so it'll be 2nd and 6 here. Welcome Keith Deskins. The Deskins watching. Great family sponsors as well. The Meadows. South Harrison runs a player on late.
Yeah. So 8:10 remaining in the first half of play. And Jet Cornett looking to pass. He's got a man downfield. Cale Taggart, he's going to connect with him. Will he be caught? Taggart puts on the wheels, and he's gone. Touchdown, South Harrison.
So that was on the 25, right?
Yeah.
And so they go
75
for the touchdown. We'll get the touchdown up on the screen. Sorry, we caught a little bit of the corner of the building here.
Great job by, first of all, really good throw by Cornett, but great job by Taggart locating the ball. And, you know, you could really see him starting to speed up there once he saw that guy chasing him down.
Well, I think the other thing that was really great about that play was Cornett did a good job selling the play fake.
True, yeah.
Because I was even operating the camera here, kind of held it there as they'll go for 2.
They failed on their 2-point conversion last time. This time they will just run it, but I don't think they're going to get it again. So they've yet to get the PAT or 2-point conversion tonight, but that'll make your score 18-0. South Harrison has the lead here in Polo.
Remember when filling up your car meant more than just pumping gas? At Bethany Fuel Depot, we're bringing that service back. We'll fill your tank, clean your windshield, and send you on your way with a smile, just like the good old days. Inside, you'll find a general store with vintage candy, nostalgic treats, and unique gifts. We're open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., with pumps available 24/7. Find us across from Petty John's, Bethany Fuel Depot, full service and full of charm.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat back here. South Harrison has scored on each of their possessions, but have also missed point after attempts on each of their positions. The first was a kick that went just a little wide, and then 2 2-point conversions have failed. So South Harrison hadn't been able to stretch it out. Welcome in Carlin Hudelmeyer, the Hudelmeyers watching. And so it'll be Jet Cornett to kick off here. 7:57 to go here in the first half, Andrew. South Harrison did get the ball to start the game, and so Polo will get a chance here, and then at the end of the half, or at the start of the next half.
Kick directly to, looks like number 1, Drew Moore, as he's taken down. Good job by the South Harrison kickoff team. And we'll get another look at this Polo Panther offense.
Yeah, and we've seen a few things out of Polo, right? They've spread it out. They've kept it tight. They've passed it. They've ran out of that spread formation, and it's really been Tommy Ross has had some good hard runs for the Panthers, and see if they can't get him the ball more here in this second quarter, trailing by 18. Boy, they got it. Look how deep that back is.
Their I formation. They're going to hand it off to Ross, but immediately hit and taken down.
Is that Smith out there?
I saw Nick Mars, number 53.
Oh, Nick Mars. Yeah, nice.
Good job by him. I mean, it didn't look like he was even touched on the line.
No, he got straight up the field. And that's that what we used to call the Maryland eye.
Yeah.
And if you ever played college football, the old college football game on PlayStation or anything, it's what it was called, the Maryland eye, where that 3 backs right in a row, and the deepest back is like almost 10 yards deep on that. So
you don't see that very often.
And you see it again, right? He's 9 yards deep is Ross here.
And they'll hand it off to the second back this time. Couldn't quite see that was, but still not a lot going. Gatrell with the carry. And it'll bring up a big third down and 13.
Yeah, we'll switch our scoreboard here. 3rd and 13. And I'd almost kind of wondered if maybe you come out in that formation, see if you can slip a tight end down the middle or something, as the South Harrison be thinking run. Here, 3rd and 13, especially on your side of the field, you're definitely probably thinking pass, although they'll get in this type formation with 2 guys with their hands in there.
Horner looking to pass. Got some pressure, and he's just going to have to get rid of that one. Taggart trying to find it and pick it off, but it'll bring up a 4th down.
Yeah. So, again, pressure, and it was what? Gage Barclay, Ethan Smith, and Nick Mars. All 3 of those guys were back there in the offensive backfield. So it'll be 4th and 13.
6:20 remaining.
Punt here. Remember, they faked the punt last time, and South Harrison had it stopped, but the penalty gave the first down to Polo. See if they go ahead and just punt this away.
This time they got a few more yards if they wanted to convert. It's kind of a line drive to the quarterback, Jet Cornett. He's a pretty shifty player. We'll see if he can move there. And a lot of people wanted a late hit
and
there.
He took a shot near the sideline.
Regardless, they'll be in Panther territory to start this drive.
So 6:08 to go. And Polo's moved the ball. They stalled out on their second to last drive. So they have had some success on the ground. But South Harrison defensively has done a nice job of limiting any scoring opportunities.
Yeah.
Polo hasn't been able to get inside the red zone.
Rio Cornett under the gun. Handoff on the sweep. To Galloway.
And it's
going to get called for a hold here.
Hold out here on the edge. And sometimes, Andrew, those are the plays when you're out on that edge, because Galloway, I think it was Brendan Hoover out there. It's one of those. He wasn't sure which way Galloway is going, outside, inside, and trying to hold that block, and the running backs changing direction a little bit.
Yeah.
The problem with that is, welcome in the Smiths, Roberta and Dick Smith.
First down and 19 after the holding penalty.
So, again, you get the penalty on first down, but holding, boy, the 10-yard penalties
it hurts.
Make it tough. A spot foul, so actually first and 19.
Cornett starts from the gun, and there's trips. They're into that little play that they did last week that they had a lot of success on to Gage Barclay, the tight end, as he picks up a solid amount of yards there.
Yeah, and so he gets, 11 back on that. Now it's close to a horse collar out there on the tackle, but South Harrison with that first down able to move it into Polo territory. So come out and have that wing formation, single back, Coffee.
So Galloway comes in motion, handoff to Cray Coffee, breaks a tackle. Get about 4 there. It'll bring up a third down.
So 3rd and 4. And again, if you're South Harrison, across the 50 with the 18-point lead, coming up on 4:20 left in this first half of play, Andrew. As long as you're not losing yardage here, you're probably in 4-down territory. So I would assume, especially 3rd and 4, it is definitely not a passing down for this offense, that we'll probably see the ball stay on the ground here.
Hoover comes in motion. Toss, Galloway. He's got the first down. Good pickup there.
Yeah, we'll see the spot. It looked like from our angle he had it. And they're going to move the chain, so big first down run there by South Harrison.
So he got it by maybe a yard.
So that'll wind the clock, under 4 to go. And so this is one of those two, Andrew. You know Polo's going to get the ball to begin the second half. If you're South Harrison, you'd almost like to use almost all this clock here and limit another offensive shot for Polo in this first half of play.
So here's the handoff to Galloway. He was able to avoid a few tackles there. It's maybe
pretty good
3.
Penetration. Looked like Lucas Ritter on the stop by that Polo defensive front.
Galloway on the carry. He stopped again by number 62, Ritter. And it's 2nd down and 8.
3 minutes remaining in the first half. South Harrison so far.
And both teams have all 3 timeouts, so South Harrison, if they work it down here, does have the ability to stop the clock if they need to.
So far, no rain. Little pitch out to Cray Coffee, and he's got some acceleration as Cray Coffee
Boy, he stayed
stays
alive
on his
down
feet.
there.
He didn't quite get in the end zone, but he's pretty dang close. A hard guy to bring to the ground.
He took it down. So what about the 2? And I don't know that we've seen that play this year, have we, Andrew? That little
I don't think so. Looked
toss
new to me.
to Coffee. We've seen tosses out to Galloway or to the wings, and that time a nice job by Craig Coffee, and sets him up nicely here with 2:20 on the clock.
So first down and goal. Coffee with the carry. And he rolls right in. Touchdown, Bulldogs. South Harrison with their 4th touchdown of the night. Craig Coffee with his 3rd, I believe. He has 3 on the night, so.
Yeah, and I'll have to get some stats from Coach Schoening just to see where
kind of the total year stats.
Yeah, all these offensive they're all at. We'll see if they'll go for 2 here.
Yeah.
Right, you're still in a place you could go for 1. It looks like they're going to go for 2.
Yeah, I've had some issues with PATs and converting these 2-point conversions tonight. We'll see if they can get 1 here. As Brendan Hoover has it around on the outside as he shoots forward and he converts. So South Harrison extends their lead to 26.
Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank Mascot debit card. For each swipe of your Mascot debit card, BTC Bank donates 7.5 cents to the school represented on your card. It's a simple step you can take to have a big impact on your community at no cost to you. Stop by a branch today to get your Mascot debit card and start making a difference immediately. Visit btcbank.bank to learn more. Member FDIC.
All right, CF Rainey, Andrew Sweat. Let's work our camera back, get ready for the kickoff. Here in Polo, South Harrison 26, Polo 0. And South Harrison's done a nice job offensively, and they've mixed it up, right? They've got some good yards in the air, had the big touchdown pass to Taggart, and then they've also kept the chains moving, and then some big chunk plays. We had Galloway with the big long run, and then Coffee just barely missed getting in on that last run, and then was able to sneak it in from the 2.
Yeah, so far tonight it looks like that same old South Harrison Bulldog offense that we've seen all year long. There'll be a little pooch kick here as they'll fair catch it. And we'll see if Polo can at least get something going, you know, on that one drive that they had. Might have been their 3rd drive of the night. They were able to march down the field pretty good there, but just couldn't end with a score.
Yeah, and it's one of those, Andrew, right at this point down 26-0, 2 minutes left, knowing you're going to get the ball. Do they go ahead and take some chances, right? A trick play, right? A reverse or a flea flicker set up like this where it looks like you're going run and then try to pass it out of the play action.
Yeah, if they can get some kind of big play, that would really help with a lot of momentum. As this will be a little pitch out there. That was a pretty solid run. That was number 2, Gatrell.
Yeah.
Gatrell on the carry, brought down by number 6.
That's a gain of 9. And that's one of those. Welcome in the Nibbles watching as well. Appreciate everyone's support and watching. And one thing we know, we can have local people watch that can't make the game, but also family members that are away. And so we welcome everyone.
Second down and short. Owen Horner looking to pass. It's tipped up in the air. That was Gage Barclay who got his hands on that. Had a chance to maybe be picked off if someone was near, but.
And that's one of those, right? 2nd and 1 is kind of those plays. It's almost a free play, right, Andrew? You can take a chance on throwing the ball knowing, hey, we think we can get 1 yard here on 3rd down or even 4th if we have to. Then one nice thing about the incomplete pass for Polo, it does stop the clock at 1:27. True. So if they're able to get this first down, it gives them more time and have all 3 timeouts to use as well to see if they can't work this ball down the field and get an opportunity to score.
So 3rd and short. Horner from the gun hands it off to Ross, but I think they might have stopped him short. Depends where they.
It's going to be close. If we got the spot on the far side, Maybe a measurement.
It looks like they're going to give it to him. Or no, someone must have called the timeout, I believe.
Timeout Bulldogs.
So the South Harrison Bulldogs talk this one over here.
It will be a first down.
They did give it to him.
There's kind of a pause there. There's a little bit of a pause and a timeout. We'll go ahead and stay here. Minute 17 on the clock. South Harrison probably wanting to make sure that they're talking about, hey, look, if we can't give up anything on that backside, right? Everything has to stay in front of you, because with a minute 17, there's not enough time, even with 3 timeouts, Andrew, for Polo to grind it out on the ground, getting first downs to score. It's going to have to be some chunk plays. So I'm sure Coach Eric Coffey, who coaches that defense, and I see Coach Casey McFall, Billy went out there as well. Those defensive coaches are all talking, and those are guys with Casey and Billy Went that played a lot of football for South Harrison, and they're talking, look, everyone, assignment sound. If it's an option, if it's a pass, everyone do your job, and we just can't give up the big play here with the minute 17 on the clock. They're going to come out and spread it out. They've got a couple receivers.
So first down and 10. About the 43. Horner from the gun looking to pass. He's going to be tackled. I think that was Ethan Smith who got his legs there.
Yeah, and
it will count as a sack. He was behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
so.
Smith got his legs, and then Ruger Johnson kind of finished it off there. And a loss of 1. And maybe a little surprise, Polo not taking the timeout here. And maybe if they would have got positive yards, we see it. But it seems like maybe they're going to be willing to maybe take a couple more chances and let this clock run down a little.
Yeah. Under 30 seconds remaining. Horner going to pass. He's going to throw this one up to number 8, Skylar Webster, but wasn't able to haul it in. That will stop the clock.
And we apologize a little. We can't go high, so anything up in the air, the way our cameras sit tonight, we can't catch it as we're shooting out of the bottom of a window, and so weren't able to catch the flight of that ball, but incomplete. And now 3rd and long. Clock does stop though at 22 seconds, and see here, Polo decides to throw it or just run it here and go into halftime.
They are going to run it to Tommy Ross. Good hard hit there. Looks like Morgan got his feet wrapped up, and Craig Coffey finished off the tackle. It will be a 4th down, and that'll probably end the half. So we're under 10 seconds now.
And maybe a little surprised South Harrison, though, with 26 points. He didn't call a timeout and at least force the punt, because you never know, right? A snap over the head, but that's going to be halftime. And so South Harrison again, Andrew, with that 26-0 lead.
And Polo will get the ball after halftime.
Yeah, so they'll get the ball to begin. And so far, again, we started early, and this game's moved fairly quick here. The weather looks like it's staying away, and that is our hope that we're able to get this game complete tonight. And we'll step away, be back for the O'Neill Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings halftime show after a word from some of our sponsors.
Our connections make powerful things happen, uniting individuals and communities. We are Rotary. We are people of action. With over 1 million members, we know what people can do when they come together. Around the world, generations of leaders build new friendships and help solve problems. Take action with us. The Bethany Rotary Club strives to make a difference in our community. Our projects help improve life to those both close to home and around the world. Come serve with us. Find out more at Rotary.org.
United Country Nelson Real Estate is your trusted place to go when looking to buy or sell. Licensed in 3 states, our team of experienced agents is ready to help you find exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a home in town, wide open farmland, hunting and recreational property, or that perfect piece of land to call your own. With United Country Nelson Real Estate, you get the best of both worlds. Personal hometown service backed by nationwide exposure. Find us online at nelsonsoldit.com, and remember, no one knows the country like we do.
It's time to crush your fitness goals at The Body Shop. Open 24 hours a day, this is your place to push harder, run faster, and get stronger. Hit the indoor track, pump it up with free weights and weight machines, or torch calories on our treadmills and ellipticals. Whatever your workout, we've got the gear. You bring the drive. The Body Shop, Bethany's 24/7 fitness center. No excuses, just results. Start your fitness journey today for a better tomorrow.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat here from Polo as Grand River Conference game, South Harrison with the 26-0 lead here at halftime, Andrew, on the O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings halftime show. And so South Harrison elects, and they've done this a few times, and I talked to Coach Schoening, Andrew, and I don't know if when you were playing it was the same way. He said, especially with those senior captains, he leaves it up to them, whether they want the ball or whether they want to go on defense. Last few games when South Harrison's won, they've elected to get the ball. They drive, right, a long sustained drive, able to stick one in. They've struggled with the point after attempts tonight, but offensively they've been very diverse, and then defensively, other than the one drive where Polo moved it a couple times, a penalty helped them. They've done a good job of limiting Polo. No big plays really so far. One big run, I think, by Ross, but no real big plays that they've given up defensively here in the first half.
Yeah, the Bulldogs so far, they've been able to move the ball with ease. Really had no issues against the Polo defense. Like you said, Polo had that one drive where they were able to move the football a little bit more consistently, and thought maybe they were going to be able to punch in a score there at the end, but that South Harrison defense was able to stand strong, and so far they have a shutout tonight. We'll see if they're able to do it and complete their first shutout of the season. Still a lot of football left to be played. Hopefully we can avoid this rain coming in. It hasn't rained yet, so hopefully it's going north. But
and it looks like, checking the radar here, we'll be sports broadcasters and weathermen.
Yeah.
And maybe a little rain north and west of us, but it looks
might
like
hit us a little bit,
at least in the immediate future, that South Harrison here at Polo, it's just skirting to the north and west of where we're at. And so that's great. They moved it up. We may get a little bit, just a touch of rain, but hopefully be able to get this game in. And so, Andrew, we go back, and it was Trey Coffey, Mason Galloway running the ball. I'm trying to think. I don't think there were a couple short gains, but they never got stopped for no gain or a loss on a play. And it's what South Harrison wants to do. Get behind that offensive line that has played so great this season.
Yep. Wear
a team down. So when you come out in that third quarter, and this is something Coach Schoening had mentioned, right? That run game it's cumulative, right?
Yeah.
It's 3 yards here, 4 yards here. And we saw it in that long drive last week versus Brookfield, Andrew. Those defenders, hands on their hips, right, breathing heavy because you got those big guys leaning on you. And it's just you're getting pounded play after play.
Yeah.
It becomes tough. And so South Harrison did a good job of continuing to get first downs when they needed to, and then big plays when they needed to as well. And it was, Craig Coffey there on that first touchdown for South Harrison in the first quarter.
Yeah, and as a defender, like you said, when South Harrison's can really just extend the drive so much, it's pretty frustrating. You almost just want to let them score because they're gassing you so much, and it's almost inevitable that they are going to score eventually. So South Harrison, again, has been super they've just done a really good job at doing that tonight, and I expect more of that in the second half. And, hopefully, maybe they can get to a running clock. I think I always forget what it is, but 35 points, I believe.
The fourth.
But, we can't let I say this every halftime when we have a lead, can't let the foot off the pedal because then, maybe Polo could get a score here, maybe get some momentum, try to creep back into the game. So got to apply the same pressure that you did in the first half, and should come out of here with a W, I think.
All right, we'll step away for a minute, come back and recap the scoring plays here on the O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings halftime show.
Make every room your favorite room with O'Neill's Home Furnishings in Bethany. From lazy boy recliners and stylish sectionals to bedroom sets and dining tables built to last, we bring comfort and style together. Plus, enjoy free delivery, setup, and takeaway within 60 miles. Financing is available, subject to credit approval. Visit o'neillshomefurnishings.com or call 660-425-7200. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6. O'Neill's, where great style meets everyday living.
Green Hills Insurance, LLC of Bethany is a locally owned and operated independent insurance agency providing coverage since 1996. They're licensed to operate in Missouri, Iowa, and Kansas, offering competitive rates with top carriers. They can insure a wide variety of risks, including home, farm, auto, boats, RVs, equipment, business owners, commercial buildings, bonds, and more. Located on the south side of the square in Bethany, stop by or give them a call at 660-425-7900. At Green Hills Insurance, if you need it insured, they've got you covered.
Hi, this is Rhonda from Little Clara's Garden. Bulldog fans, nothing says victory like the beauty of fresh flowers. Little Clara's Garden is your hometown flower shop, proudly supporting the South Harrison Bulldogs. From game day spirit bouquets, balloons, and gifts for every occasion, we've got the perfect gift to brighten your day. Stop by Little Clara's Garden, where every arrangement is made with love, just like our Bulldogs play with heart. Little Clara's Garden, growing community, one bouquet at a time.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat back here in Polo, Missouri, as Polo's hosting South Harrison. Grand River Conference matchup. It's 26-0 on the scoreboard. South Harrison with the lead here on the O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings halftime show. Big thanks to all of our sponsors. And so, Andrew, South Harrison gets it started on the ground with a run, and maybe just recap those scoring plays that South Harrison had in the first half.
Yeah, the first South Harrison drive was very successful. Marched down the field, goal line touchdown for Cray Coffee, make it 6-0. Obviously, it was on this end of the field down here. Jack Cornett just missed that PAT on the left side. It is pretty windy tonight, so that's a bit expected. Next drive for South Harrison, Mason Galloway had that huge touchdown run where there was many chances for the Polo defenders to get him. They just couldn't quite wrap him up, and the speed from Galloway, the power that he's had all year long really showed there on that drive. He was able to walk in for a score. And then obviously the biggest play of the night was that Jet Cornett, rollout pass to Cale Taggart. Just beautifully thrown ball. Like you said, he faked out basically everybody. I think everybody thought the running back had the ball there. But Cornett made a really good pass, set his feet, and then Cale Taggart was able to haul it in. Good awareness by him to, find the ball. Sometimes as a receiver, it's much easier said than done to actually try to find the ball in the air, especially when you're not watching it the entire time. So good job by him. He put on the wheels there, got a score. Made it 18-0. We couldn't get the 2-point conversion again. And then finally our last touchdown. You guys saw it. 2 minutes left just before half. Craig Coffey was able to punch it in here on this north end zone. We did make the 2-point conversion there. Brendan Hoover was able to get that little there was a kind of a sweep route.
Yeah.
He scored. So 26-0. That's where we're sitting right now. Just an absolute dominant performance so far from the South Harrison offense and defense. Couldn't ask for a better half. South Harrison, they've made it hard for us this season to, critique a lot of the things they've done. We just have to, be good biased fans and talk how good they are.
Yeah, and that's it, right? You have to nitpick, right? One of the things, they get to stop on the fake punt. They get the personal foul penalty. So that gives Polo a little bit of life. And at that point, I think it was 18-0 at that point. And so, right, if Polo scores, we've talked about football. Really, all sports are such momentum-based. And so South Harrison to get that stop and then turn it around. Score, you mentioned that last touchdown there on the goal line by Coffey. Always like it, and I don't know if you ever had any of those, Andrew, in high school. You get the big run, right? Because I think it was at like almost a 40-yard run. He gets right down to the goal line, always nice when the coaching staff rewards you.
Yeah.
Letting you get the touchdown, right? Instead
Yeah,
of,
you know.
hey, I just got this huge run, and now you're going to give Jimmy the ball to score the touchdown and get the
third down
glory.
back.
Yeah.
Luckily, Craig Coffey is the third down back in his scenario. He's the all-down back.
Exactly. And so South Harrison and the other thing we haven't mentioned, special teams for the most part. They've played well special teams. Sometimes that's been a little Achilles heel for South Harrison. Last week, right, they had just the 9-0 lead versus Brookfield. Come back, and Brookfield surprised South Harrison and just outflanked them.
Yeah.
And scored on a big speed option to get on the board with the touchdown. But then that defense locked him back down. Offense just took the wind out of Brookfield sails and sent them back on a long drive all the way back to Brookfield. And so South Harrison here, I'm sure they're talking about, look, you always have to have goals not just within a season but within a game, Andrew.
Yeah.
I'm sure right now they're talking over there, hey, we have not shut a team out this year.
Yeah.
Right? They've had some big wins, and they've been great wins, but they have not shut a team out. And I'm sure that's something they're talking about on the sideline, even to their JV players if they start to work their way in. Hey, look, we want to keep that goose egg on the scoreboard throughout these next 2 quarters if we can.
Yeah, absolutely. And, that's – when you have this much of a secure lead, 26-0, you're already, kind of in that mindset that we have control of this game. Obviously, you don't want to let it get away from you. But, what's that next goal? We want to shut out and get a win here. Like I said, they haven't had one all year. And, dominant teams have those shutout wins. I think we're looking at a bunch of different team scores on the way here. And it's, like Blair Oaks, they've shut out most of the team they played. So, the dominant teams, if we want to be the dominant team in the GRC, got to have a couple of those shutouts and, really kind of scare opponents when they look at our record. But, a win's a win at the end of the day. But, I don't think we've really seen like a full game from South Harrison this year. There's always like that 1 or 2 plays where they let up just a random score. So I think that's probably what they're talking about. They need to lock in this second half and really just finish out this game like they did in the first half.
Well, especially, right, you've got Gallatin next week, and welcome in also Laura Kent, the Atkins, Becky Atkins, mentioning there. Got folks watching from Branson, so appreciate everyone. The other game we were going to be watching the score of, just because South Harrison's still a glimmer of hope for Grand River Conference to tie Putnam County and be co-champs after dropping that game in week 2 to Putnam. Putnam's down at Gallatin, and they're giving it to the Bulldogs down at Gallatin, 35-0 as it's approaching halftime down there. And so unless Gallatin gets a great second-half comeback, it's one of those maybe goals you had as a team that you didn't quite get. But districts are still out in front of you, and you want to be playing your best ball right here in late October and into November, Andrew, as you go into that postseason. So thanks again here on our O'Neill's Home Furnishings Floor Coverings halftime show. We'll step away, come back, and talk about some other things that are coming up, as well as our sponsors and family sponsorships. We'll step away, be back for more after this commercial break.
Bethany Building Center is your locally owned source for quality building supplies, lumber, hardware, plumbing, and electrical needs. Whether you're starting new construction, tackling a remodel, or putting up a pole barn or shed, our team is here to help. We're proud to carry a full line of steel power equipment, including trimmers, chainsaws, and pressure washers, as well as trusted power tools from top brands like Milwaukee and DeWalt. Bethany Building Center, everything for the builder and the do-it-yourselfer.
Harrison County Community Hospital, your trusted hometown healthcare provider. We're here for you with a 24-hour emergency department, inpatient and outpatient care, and a full range of health services. Our primary care clinics in Bethany and Eagleville are here to meet your everyday health needs. And we're growing with you. Soon, we'll open our brand new state-of-the-art hospital built to serve our community with even greater care right here at home. Our mission is simple: exceptional care for every patient, every day. Learn more at hcchospital.org.
At Pettyjohn Auto Center, we put customers first, making car buying easy and stress-free with honest pricing and no hidden fees. Choose from 9 trusted brands of new cars: Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, plus more than 250 quality pre-owned vehicles. Our service department is here to keep you on the road with confidence. Visit any of our 3 locations in Bethany, Albany, and Trenton, or browse our inventory anytime at pettyjohnauto.com.
All right, so you have Rainey back here on Bulldog Sports TV, O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings halftime show, and we're so glad you've tuned in. I want to mention all of our sponsors, and we'll go ahead and read through and show you our sponsors for our fall season here on Bulldog Sports TV, O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings, Harrison County Community Hospital, Little Clara's Garden, Green Hills Insurance, Petty John Auto Center, Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, the Bethany Rotary Club, Bethany Building Center, United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, El Nopal Authentic Mexican Food, BTC Bank, Hidden Acres Cabins, Shelter Insurance, Shane Jones of Bethany, Bethany Fuel Depot, and the Body Shop 24-Hour Fitness Center. And so while we are wrapping up our fall season, we'll be starting with basketball and wrestling for our winter season right around the corner. And if you're a local business, great way to reach potential customers and help promote South Harrison athletics. The slide on the screen right now gives you some information. Honestly, I did not update this since our softball game and everything, but almost 125,000. In fact, I'm sure we're over that now. Total page views on Facebook. 95% of our audience is in Northwest Missouri. We do have family members and people watching from different places, but most of our audience is where your businesses are. They're in Northwest Missouri. Over 3,000 total interactions with all of our content, and the number of new followers continues to grow. If you're watching right now on Facebook or YouTube, make sure to follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. That just helps with the algorithm and everything else with all that we do. Now over 1,800 total views on YouTube. Again, these numbers are just a little old, and over 500 total hours of content watched. And I'll bring it back here just for a moment here on the O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings halftime show. And so big thanks to all of our sponsors. It helps Andrew and I with our mobile internet, with equipment costs and travel costs sometimes. And so those sponsors are big. Plus, I really want to encourage you, right, those sponsors are local businesses. So if you're someone in the Bethany area, Northwest Missouri, make sure to go out and visit those sponsors. Not only the great sponsors of Bulldog Sports TV, but they are great sponsors of South Harrison athletics and activities. So always want to support people who are community-minded, and all those businesses and business owners have been great. So you can always send me an email. I'll go ahead and throw that up real quick again. cf.rainey@bulldogsportstv.com. I already had one business that wants to get in on our winter sponsorship. And let me go through our family sponsors as well. Brian and Mary Quinley, Randall and Barbara Axon, Daryl Quinley and Lois Kavanaugh, Grace Lawrence and Daniel Payne, Matt and Carrie Johnson, Thomas and Carlin Hudelmeyer, Jason and Vanessa Taggart, Pat and Candy Haffey, Jeff and Tiffany Botcher, Larry and Brenda Holmes, Eric and Kathy Sweat, Dave and Pat Barnett, Aaron and Danielle Fitzpatrick, Jack and Kelsey McCall, Andrew and Shyla Calloway, Cephas and Ingrid Panamogan, Brandon and Ollie Pulse, Chris and Courtney Schoening, Brian and Krista Corbett, Patrick and Melissa Miller, Michael and Jess Estes, Paul Barone, Dick and Roberta Smith, Keith and Rhonda Deskins, Shirley McKinney, Eric and BG Coffee, Kel and Tori Watson, Michael and Shelby Burrows, Nate and Aaron Wagler, Robert and Rochelle Weller, Bill and Christy Clark, Justin and Wendy Johnson, Roy and Janet Plackmeyer, as well as Nick and Heather Fitzgerald, Charles Hoover, Maury and Barb Meadows, Clinton Lindsay Meadows, Paula Coffey, and Brian and Brooke Barnett family. If you'd like to be a family sponsor on Bulldog Sports TV, just $20 for the whole school year. And you can Venmo us. That information's on the screen. You can always, again, send us a message on Facebook or a direct message on Facebook. Or, again, you can email me, cf.rainey@bulldogsportstv.com. And get a hold of us. And, again, family sponsors just help us with all the costs associated with it. And we so appreciate everyone listening, and we see so many of those family sponsors showing up and talking. Let me come back to this look real quick here on our O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings halftime show. And I want to go over the fact. So we're now in postseason with softball and volleyball. And we will be live streaming video of the South Harrison versus Marceline District Championship game from Trenton on Monday night in softball. So when you get to postseason, you have a couple choices. You can do audio only, or if you want to do video, it has to be streamed through Misha TV. So I'm going to put this slide up and talk over it. And so we will be streaming the district championship game. It will not be on our Facebook or YouTube channels because we're not allowed to do that. And so when it comes to postseason, it all has to go through Misha and Misha TV. But it will be Bulldog Sports TV producing it. And I will be on the call Monday night at 5. And so that information's there. You'll have to go to Misha TV. It is pay-per-view, so you will have to pay for that content. I would love to continue to show it for free and put it on Facebook and YouTube. We're just not allowed to do that. I believe it's $10 for the game, and I think there's a surcharge. I think it ends up being $10.60. So if you can't make it, obviously all of the local fans, we would love for you to get to Trenton and make that district championship softball game as South Harrison takes on Marceline. South Harrison, the 1 seed, Marceline, the 3 seed. They played a game earlier in the season. It was one of the early games in September. South Harrison, I believe, won that 7-3. So South Harrison will be there. We will on our Facebook page. Make sure to check that out. We'll put the link on Monday, so you can see that link if you'd like to tune in and be a part of that. But we just want to let everyone know, because sometimes people are like, well, how come you're not streaming? How come you're not doing this? Number one, you have to go through and get all of the things approved through MSHA, which is the Missouri State High School Activities Association. I had to give them all kinds of information, get approved, and then we go through their system to stream. But it will be Bulldog Sports TV streaming that. Again, it is pay-per-view, so we're not able to do that free of charge on Facebook or YouTube. Football will be the same way once we get into postseason play. We'll continue to stream those games, and we'll follow South Harrison softball as far as we can. So win, right? We're always positive. When they win that district championship, we'll follow them to the next round, and that'll be on the following Saturday. And again, it'll be produced through Misha TV pay-per-view, but Bulldog Sports TV will be there. Once we get to state championship games, like the Final Four and state championship games in softball or basketball or volleyball, Misha streams all those on their own, so it won't be Bulldog Sports TV producing it. But just want to let all of you know that we will be there. We want to stream. We want to make it available to as many people as possible. But those are some of the limitations that we have to deal with the State Activities Association. We appreciate them. They've opened it up and made it fairly easy once we got all the paperwork in for us to be able to stream using our software and everything. But that's where it is at. So thanks again for tuning in here to the O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings halftime show. We'll step away, be back for the second half. Andrew Sweat will be joining me again after this commercial break.
For 125 years, Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri has proudly served as your locally owned community bank. From convenient online banking and our easy-to-use mobile app, we're here to meet all of your financial needs. With 10 locations across northern Missouri and southern Iowa, you'll always find trusted service close to home. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, locally owned, locally trusted, banking Bethany can count on. Learn more at onlinefarmersbank.com. Member FDIC.
Craving authentic Mexican flavor? Come to El Nopal, where every bite tastes like home. From sizzling fajitas and street-style tacos to delectable desserts, El Nopal brings the true taste of Mexico to your table. And now, we can bring the fiesta to you. Book the El Nopal food truck for birthdays, weddings, or any special event. And let us serve up tradition on wheels. El Nopal, authentic Mexican food made with love.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat back here. South Harrison gets ready to kick off for the second half, Andrew, with that 26-0 lead. We'll go ahead and switch our scoreboard over to the third quarter as Jet Cornett gets ready for that little drop kick.
Yeah, good to be back for the second half of play here in Polo. Looks like it'll be a touchback. And quarterback for Polo, Owen Horner, he's had a few chances to make some plays tonight, but the South Harrison defense has definitely made it difficult. They've been able to get some pressure a few times when he's tried to pass. And
yeah, this is one of those, Andrew. Again, we don't keep season-long records. Is that the first touchback South Harrison's had on the season?
That very much possible.
It's the first one I remember.
Seem to be a lot.
And that's one of those, right? If you're South Harrison that struggled sometimes fielding the kick, boy, if you can kick it in the end zone and start them on the 20, that's always good.
I hope you had a lot. So Horner hand this off to Tommy Ross. Nice little pickup there for Ross. Gets maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, and he runs hard.
He is a hard runner.
2nd and 6.
We were talking before, Polo has always had hard runners, it seems like.
Yeah, you were talking about when you were in school, one of the Martin boys running, and I think his name's etched up here in the wood of the press box.
Yeah. And it'll run up the middle there. Not much going, though. I think it'll be no gain.
Yeah, that's one of those, you know, Polo has those plays where you're not quite sure as a defender who has the ball. And I was just trying to follow here on the camera to see. And as a defender, again, you just have to be assignment sound in that point and not get caught looking as they have multiple play fakes and things going on there.
So here we go, big 3rd down. And Horner drops the football, but he's going to throw and completes the pass, but will not be enough for that 1st down. Couldn't quite see.
Yeah, I think that was Trevor Henry out there on the stop.
Yeah, Henry tackled him.
And he wrapped him up right as he caught it. So 4th and 5. And if you're South Harrison again, even though field position-wise isn't a place you'd necessarily think about it, you got to make sure you're looking for a fake or something here on this 4th down play.
Remember the fake punt in the first half. Technically, they converted as Cornett wrapped up here. And South Harrison will start their drive. Looks like on their own 49.
Yeah, and it'll be great field position here, just right, almost on midfield.
Might give him the 50.
A little bit of a wave in that line, but it still counts as the 50. And so South Harrison trying to add to this 26-point lead.
Quarterback Jet Cornett under the gun. He'll hand this off to Big Craig Coffee. And a storming 8-yard pickup. That's what he does best.
Yeah, and again, it just when that run game's working, it's tough, especially, and we mentioned from the very first game with the way Galloway played from that game on through the season, when you've got 2 backs that can do that, and then you've got guys like Eckerson and Hoover that can come in and do some things, makes it really tough to defend.
Galloway comes in motion, handoff. Nothing going there.
Yeah, that play looked like Coffee. I don't know if he was expecting to get that ball. Lost on the play, though.
Yeah, it looked like maybe a little bit of confusion there on the play. I'm not sure.
3rd and 3. But that play just didn't look right on the handoff. Like, I'm not sure if Cornett or Coffee, it looked like someone was on the wrong side. They almost ran into each other and didn't get a clean handoff.
Yeah, luckily, there hasn't been too many of those this season. They've been, for the most part, on the same page, which is attributed to their success. As the 3rd down, Jet Cornett looking to make that throw again. He's got Barclay, Gage Barclay, the tight end, with a big reception. And they're now inside the 10, looks like maybe on the 6-yard line. And Jet Cornett's having himself a night in the air.
Yeah, and it's one of those when you can run the ball, right, that play action, and he's really grown as a quarterback here, right? He showed the ball out, and that gets the linebackers and sometimes the safeties to bite, and then he kind of reverse pivots out. And Gage Barclay hasn't had a ton of catches. It is raining in Bethany. Thankful it's not raining here. Appreciate the updates, Mr. Deskins, or Mrs. Deskins, whoever's typing that in.
And there's going to be a little pitch out to Mason Galloway. Let's see if he can get the edge. Looks like he's going to sneak in there. Touchdown, South Harrison. The Bulldogs extend their lead to 32. And he's also having himself a night.
Yeah, and It's been one of those, right? For the most part, we've mentioned most of those skill position players at some point tonight, Andrew. With Galloway, obviously Craig Coffey, Hoover's had a couple runs. Big throws by Jet Cornett.
Yeah.
Big catches by Kel Taggart and Gage Barclay.
Direct snap to Coffey. They're going to do a little jump pass. No good. Trying to take that out of maybe. Trying to do a little Tebow jump pass there.
Yeah, went to their bag of tricks there, see if they could get it, and didn't get. But 32-0 is the score here. 8:42 to go in the third. We'll step away. Be back for more after this commercial break.
Remember when filling up your car meant more than just pumping gas? At Bethany Fuel Depot, we're bringing that service back. We'll fill your tank, clean your windshield, and send you on your way with a smile, just like the good old days. Inside, you'll find a general store with vintage candy, nostalgic treats, and unique gifts. We're open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., with pumps available 24/7. Find us across from Petty John's, Bethany Fuel Depot, full service and full of charm.
All right, so CF Rainey Andrew Sweat here, Polo, Missouri. And thankful the rain has avoided us here, and hoping it stays that way until we're able to get into the vehicle.
Here's the kickoff, and that's going to be another touchback as he let that one go. So
Yeah,
Jet
so
Cornett's been kicking it deep here.
2 of them in a row, South Harrison. And again, I apologize, we can't get any height on our camera angles and not able to catch that one. But Polo, if they want to score, they're going to have to go 80 yards here, Andrew.
Yeah, it's been a tall task for many teams this season to score on the South Harrison defense. Putnam County was able to do it, but they had to have a few lucky things going their way. Here's a good run for Polo as he kind of runs all over the field.
Yeah, gain of 15 there, and that's one of the bigger gains for this Panther offense here. And that one, the play, it was basically almost student body left. I mean, they pulled 2 guys, they had everyone out there, and then a nice cutback by the running back that time to get 15. So Polo's showing a little sign of life offensively here as we come up on 8 minutes left in the third quarter.
Let's see if they can get a full drive out of it as the ball was on the ground. I'm guessing it was a snap. Maybe it wasn't clean. Still going to get 4 yards.
Yeah, that's one of those kind of making something out of nothing. 2nd and 6, so gain of 4 with the ball fumbled on the snap. Mason Galloway on the stop for South Harrison. South Harrison, again, trying to hold on to this shutout.
Do a little pitch. Looks like to Ross. It's maybe 1. It'll bring up another 3rd down and 5.
Yeah. Well, they gave him a little more there. They keep moving it, so we'll call it 3rd and 4. But again, Ross, he's a hard runner. He's got the, kind of a low center of gravity compared to like a longer runner like Craig Coffey.
Yeah.
4 down territory, right, Andrew, here?
Yeah.
With the score 32-0 and you're out near midfield.
3rd down. Wildcat quarterback keeper. But not a lot going there.
Maybe 1.
It gets maybe a yard. But it'll be 4th down. And like we said, most likely 4th down territory. I can't really see them punting it in this situation. At this point, you're just, trying to create a full drive and end it with a score.
They are bringing what looks like a punt team out. If I was South Harrison, I'd play safe here.
Yeah.
Jet Cornett, they're trying to see. He is going to go back, but if I'm the 10 guys up front, and make sure you don't jump here because an offsides would give it to him.
Yeah, looking, I think they're going to pass it. A fake punt, and they convert it. Caught made by Walker Kelly.
Yeah, and again,
sophomore.
Andrew, I'm really surprised. A nice play by Polo, but I'm surprised if you're South Harrison 3-2-0. You got to just play safe. If they punt it away and the ball dribbles down to the 20, let it go.
It's getting your cover 2 defense or whatever. So
because that was just screaming for a fake there.
Yeah. So works out for Polo. They're now in Bulldog territory. Hard to see what's going on there. I think maybe number one.
Just kind of a scrum to the right for maybe one.
Carry.
And that was Drew Moore, number one. Actually, no gain there. When they get in those tight formations, it's just hard to see where the ball is. And I see some rain starting to fall there on the far side. We're thankfully inside here.
The handoff up the middle to Tommy Ross.
Well, he's met at the line of scrimmage as well.
Again, good
Big
stop there.
Ruger Johnson and Mason Galloway there.
Oh, yeah, that rain's starting to fall down there.
Yeah, no gain. So third down as the umbrellas come up.
Yeah, ponchos come
the
on.
Way, yeah. We did pack our ponchos, but thankfully, again, Polo able to find space for us in their press box. Big thanks to not only South Harrison, who's been great with us and got us a great spot in their press box, but when we've went on the road, schools have been very accommodating for us.
So a big third down and 10 as Tommy Ross gets the carry again. He's stuffed at the line.
Yeah, that was Case Morgan, the first to hit him there from that inside linebacker spot. Maybe a little surprised they didn't try to throw it there.
Yeah.
South Harrison defensively is held.
Yeah, you got to think maybe the teams are done throwing the football at this point as the ball's going to get slippery.
We'll see. Let's check the radar and see if this is here to stay or if we're just catching an edge.
But big fourth down for Polo if they want to keep this drive alive. If not, South Harrison's going to have it in pretty good field position. Here's the snap. The ball is slippery. He just throws it, gets away with it. Taggart, that's a late hit. I don't know why he tackled him.
Yeah, and they're going to get South Harrison twice has got to stop on 4th and long. And both times they've got a personal foul.
Yeah, you got to – it's hard to, but you got to let up on that.
Now, it does look like this is just skirting us a little bit, so our hope is.
So it's lightening up a little bit here.
Andrew and I hate to be selfish as we're sitting here in dry seats in the press box. We hope it passes by before we have to walk out to the car.
Yeah.
Again, I remember days of working in the press box and cold games and rainy games and seeing my wife out there enduring the conditions. And especially cold games back in the day, Andrew, in the South Harrison press box. Mr. Les Kellum, former teacher at South Harrison, would have a thermos of hot chocolate and little marshmallows in a bag for us.
There you go.
And that's a little delayed handoff to Ross, and South Harrison was on that for no gain after the first down on the penalty.
33, stop by no gain.
So 3:10 remaining in the third quarter as it's 32-0 South Harrison.
And so they'll run the play in. The Panthers will, but with Horner. And actually now they'll run in late. Drew Moore bring the play to the quarterback. Ryan Robinson, they'll break. Come up again, that tight formation, tight splits here on 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the Bulldog 26. And here he takes off. Horner, good run, and he's still on his feet as he's finally knocked out of bounds. Quarterback Owen Horner with the quarterback keeper. And Polo's definitely threatening here to, stop that shutout.
And that's the first time Polo's been able to get outside, and I apologize again the way our camera's set up, to get some of these angles is a little tough for us. So we appreciate everyone bearing with us here.
So Polo on 1st and goal. He's going to fight forward.
And was on the 8, and they get down near the 5.
A 3-yard pickup.
33 loss up the middle. Stopped by majority of the Bulldogs defense.
So 2nd and goal from just almost right on the 5 here. All right, appreciate Richard Mode watching as well tonight. As it looks like the rain's letting up. Still see some rain in the lights. Here on second and goal from the 5 for the Panthers.
Polo looking for their first score of the night. Owen Horner is going to keep it, and he is in. So Polo strikes for their first touchdown of the night. So that'll make the score 32-6 with 1:30 left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, so South Harrison gives up what at this point seems like the way that it's went this year for the most part, other than that Putnam County game, just 1 score. See if they can remain and keep it that way. As Polo looks like they'll go for 2 here on this conversion attempt.
And that late hit really helped Polo get that touchdown, as it gave him another chance as they go for 2 here. Looks like he's going to walk right in and gets it. So 32-8, South Harrison with the lead here late in the 3rd quarter.
All right, we'll step back after a word from our sponsors.
Craving authentic Mexican flavor? Come to El Nopal, where every bite tastes like home. From sizzling fajitas and street-style tacos to delectable desserts, El Nopal brings the true taste of Mexico to your table. And now we can bring the fiesta to you. Book the El Nopal food truck for birthdays, weddings, or any special event. And let us serve up tradition on wheels. El Nopal, authentic Mexican food made with love.
And so one of those, we'll get our camera around for the kickoff. One of those, Andrew, the penalty kept that drive alive for Polo. Then they were able to keep the ball moving, got the outside, and got a big run from their quarterback. But, right, if you're South Harrison, if you could just stay away from that penalty, you could have ended that drive, got the ball back. So 90 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. And remember, we started an hour early, so that's why just 7:33. So if you're just tuning in, wondering why we're in the 3rd quarter already, that's the reason. We got an early start because of possible weather.
And here's an onside kick. Has a good bounce, actually, and Polo recovers. That was about as good as an onside kick that you can do. So a little bit of life for the Polo Panthers as they're going to have the ball here in Bulldog territory.
And honestly, I'm going to be honest, Andrew, that's one of the best onside kicks I've seen. Even on TV, it got a great
NFL,
bounce, great height.
It's about perfect.
And
you want it to take a few little small bounces and then one big one.
And South Harrison's going to get a timeout here to talk about it as their defense had to come back on the field. But you couldn't ask for a better executed onside kick. And Polo trying to get something going here, down 32-8, but with the ball and momentum and still an entire quarter to play here. And so if you're South Harrison, you want to try to avoid the big plays and shooting yourself in the foot with penalties, as they've done twice with personal fouls on 4th down stops. So,
yeah, if you're South Harrison, seems like they've been a little sluggish, at least in this last drive, where they kind of let Polo march down the field. So, if you're South Harrison, you just kind of need to get back in your groove. Know how in control of this game you are, and just make a stop here.
So they're going to come out in that Maryland eye again with Ross about 9 yards deep.
This is the first down handoff, and Tommy Ross explodes there, and there's a little bit of extra tussling. Maybe number 44,
got a flag
Kelly.
about 10 yards away from the play.
So that'll probably walk him back a bit.
And it was out there a receiver blocking with Kel Taggart. See if the guys got a little chippy. And this personal foul is going to go against the Panthers. So 2 have went against South Harrison. That'll be from where the ball was on the spot. So we'll walk it back with them. And
so minute 17 remaining.
so I think that's
the third quarter.
So it'll be second down. And what we got here? 18.
Horner takes the snap, looking to pass. He thought he had a man, and it's Trevor Henry with the interception. And he is taken out of bounds. Oh, what a pick for the young sophomore.
Yeah, that's one of those, Andrew. Right, Polo took advantage of the South Harrison penalty, worked the ball down, got the touchdown, the 2-point conversion, get the onside kick. All the momentum's their way.
Yeah.
And it flips that quick. Trevor Henry just stepped in front of that pass, was just a little short, and he made a nice play. We'll reset our down markers. 1st and 10 for South Harrison now in Panther territory with a minute left here in this third quarter.
Yeah, it looked like Henry kind of bobbled that one for a little bit. I don't know if he's going to haul it in, but good job by him being able to grab onto it. And here's Craig Coffey with a good 5-yard pickup. Seems like it's about how every South Harrison drive starts. The Craig Coffey.
Yeah, and it's just, when you got the line South Harrison has, and you've got back like Coffey, big, strong back, you can feed him the ball, and that clock will run, and South Harrison will, as long as they keep it on the ground, only have to snap it one more time here to take it to the fourth quarter.
Cornett did that little rocket out to Galloway.
Well, looks like a first down. Needed 4, got about 5.5.
That is a first down.
And so if South Harrison wants to, they'll wind the clock. Just 15 seconds left. They can take this to the fourth quarter. And I think with the lead, that's probably what and they're going to go ahead and walk off.
Yeah.
So 32-8, South Harrison lead going to the fourth over Polo. We'll step away, hear from a couple of our sponsors. Be back for the final quarter. CF Rainey Andrew Sweat here on Bulldog Sports TV after this commercial break.
Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank mascot debit card. For each swipe of your mascot debit card, BTC Bank donates 7.5 cents to the school represented on your card. It's a simple step you can take to have a big impact on your community at no cost to you. Stop by a branch today to get your mascot debit card and start making a difference immediately. Visit btcbank.bank to learn more. Member FDIC.
Our connections make powerful things happen, uniting individuals and communities. We are Rotary. We are people of action. With over 1 million members, we know what people can do when they come together. Around the world, generations of leaders build new friendships and help solve problems. Take action with us. The Bethany Rotary Club strives to make a difference in our community. Our projects help improve life to those both close to home and around the world. Come serve with us. Find out more at Rotary.org.
All right, 12 minutes left on the clock here, and South Harrison with the 32-8 lead. CF Rainey Andrew Sweat on Bulldog Sports TV. Appreciate everyone tuning in. And South Harrison 1st and 10 after that run by Mason Galloway, trying to extend this lead.
South Harrison trying to respond after the Polo touchdown, as I think that's Hoover, if I'm not mistaken, with a
nice run.
Strong run.
And that's one of those we've talked about with Brendan Hoover. He's got some explosiveness. He's small, right? And he can dart around behind that big offensive line. He gets a gain of 11 there on first down. So South Harrison moves the chains again, gets that clock running. The opportunity to get into the red zone now.
Polo running a man off the field here. First down and 10. Eggerson comes in motion, handoff to Craig Coffey. He makes a little sidestep, and we don't see this very often. Craig Coffey running around the outside on the sideline, and he dives in for the score. Touchdown, South Harrison. I don't know if I've ever seen Coffey not run up the middle and go towards the edge of the end zone.
Like we talked about him, he'll do the sidestep and maybe one cut. That was Craig Coffey showing a little wiggle there and some lateral movement. He's obviously a guy that's always going to be a north-south runner, but nice lateral movement. And after that score, South Harrison will go ahead and kick this extra point after going for 2 after the first missed kick.
Cornets 0 for 1 tonight. Have a high snap. This one is good, though, so he'll put it through, and that'll be South Harrison 39, Polo 8.
All right, we'll step away after this commercial break.
United Country Nelson Real Estate is your trusted place to go when looking to buy or sell. Licensed in 3 states, our team of experienced agents is ready to help you find exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a home in town, wide open farmland, hunting and recreational property, or that perfect piece of land to call your own. With United Country Nelson Real Estate, you get the best of both worlds. Personal hometown service backed by nationwide exposure. Find us online at nelsonsoldit.com, and remember, no one knows the country like we do.
All right, so Andrew 39-8, South Harrison lead, 11:18 on the clock. As they haven't hit the magic number yet to get that clock rolling after they gave up the touchdown, and that's right, one of those you want the shutout and everything, but you'd like to get that clock running, even starting early. You know, we're still an hour from home, trying to get back a little quicker.
Cornett, good high kick this time. It will be returned by Polo, and he's got a chance here for a pretty good return. He's trying to stay behind his blockers. Good return there. He's up past the 45. That was Gatrell, and there is a late flag.
Yeah, that was away from the ball in the middle of the field. We'll see what that one's about. It's, you know, we've had 3 personal fouls in this game, and it's going to be a dead ball personal foul against South Harrison. So
all right,
that is the 3rd personal foul versus South Harrison. I'm sure that's something the coaching staff will address this week, right? Because you cannot have those lapses of judgment in closer games and everything like that. And even in this, right, you're giving life to a team.
Yeah.
Now the ball's down at the, 27-yard line.
Yeah. Especially moving toward, later in the season toward district play. You can't afford to have personal fouls like this, or that's really going to set you back and can even be the reason for losses when you move into that territory. But there's a pretty good run there.
And again, Smith that time out of that Maryland I got 7. So Polo's going to stay in that Maryland I, clock ticking 10.5 to go. Polo trying to get in the end zone for the second time.
There's a handoff. Number 1, Drew Moore. It ain't going anywhere, though. It will remain 3rd and 3.
Actually, they'll move the chains back a little. Sorry, we'll go the other way. 3rd and 4. So 4-down territory, obviously, not only because of field position, but the score of the game for Polo. They'll run the play in, and they'll see what formation. They'll come out under center and a couple wings and a single back behind the quarterback.
It's the snap to Horner, hands it off Up to Ross. Ross trying his best to stay on his feet, but they end up taking him down.
Did get a yard back, so not a lot, but makes this 4th and 3 as Craig Coffey came up from that inside linebacker spot to make the stop. So if you're South Harrison here, number one, avoid the first penalty, which is the possible hard count, and then avoid any of the silly things. They've had 2 stops on 4th down, and they've been dead ball personal fouls there at the end of the play on the late hits for South Harrison. Back to that Maryland eye here for Polo.
Yeah, big 4th down. Hand off to Ross. He's tripped up. I'm not quite sure he got there.
He dove, but it looks like we're
going to mark him
the
short.
far side.
Looks like South Harrison is going to take over on downs.
It looks like he got maybe 1.5 there. And that's one of those kind of, you'd almost have to have like a Walter Payton dive from as far out, and he dove to try to get it. He kind of got his legs taken out and tried to go over the top of it, not able to get it, and South Harrison will get it back, trying to eat this clock up with 8:56 to go in the ballgame, Andrew, and a 39-8 lead.
Can't see. We'll see if South Harrison can't take up a bunch of time here and make one of those big chunk drives that they like to, and they start off by handing it off to Coffey. What do you know? Another solid 5-yard pickup for him on 1st and 10.
Yeah, and it's actually they went back. We'll call it 6. Is just a little over halfway there. So 2nd and 4 for South Harrison. Again, they'll use the play clock as well. They're breaking the huddle here at 15.
There's the 2nd down handoff.
When he's down near. And that
looks like they will give it to him.
And I think that's some of the crazy things sometimes, Andrew, and we've watched it all season with Craig Coffey. Right, he needed 4, and it's like, he got 2 or 3. And then he just gets that lean and that push at the end to get the 1st down. And I was watching on the spot on the far side. I didn't think he got it, and then I see the spot, and he finds a way to get that extra yard or so.
He's one of the best players at extending the play that we've seen in recent history at South Harrison. As here's a little toss on 1st down to the speedster himself, and he is going to take it well past that 1st down marker. Remove the chains.
Yeah, and when Mason Galloway can get the edge, especially if you get a block, I think it was Eckerson that time from that wing back spot, and it becomes one of those, Andrew, right on those plays we're talking about the ball carrier. Cameron Eckerson doesn't get a lot of carries or attempts to catch the ball, but he does a lot of blocking when they run that rocket play to the edge, and he did a good job of sealing it outside to give Galloway the opportunity, the alley, to get the big gain.
7:18 remaining on 1st down. Here's the handoff to Brendan Hoover, and there's maybe a late push out of bounds, and they are going to throw a flag the sideline. As good pickup there from Hoover.
And again, uses his speed, and the carry was going to give him a 1st down. He got 11, and then we'll go the other way for 15. And this crew, that is the
Personal foul on the Panthers.
5th personal foul I think we've seen on the night.
Yeah.
The 1st and 10 Bulldogs at the 30-yard line.
A lot of them have been on South Harrison's side, but this one helps the Bulldogs out.
And that takes all the way down to the 30-yard line. The clock ticking just under 7 minutes now.
Cornett under the gun on 1st down and 10. Hand off to Big Craig Coffey. Gets maybe 4 there.
And the thing he does, Andrew, and he's done this twice tonight, right? He kind of gets spun around, but he just keeps his feet moving
Yep.
And able to keep getting positive yards. They'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Second down and 6.
Now this will most likely be the last time South Harrison will play at this stadium in a while. Polo's moving to 8-man next year as they'll hand this one off to Brendan Hoover.
Nice job that time behind the line of scrimmage by, I think, number 2 or 3. Yeah, number 3, Tristan Sturkey, as he pursued that from the backside, and so no gain. It'll be third and 6. He came from that backside, outside linebacker spot. So he'll check out. He had to take his helmet off.
Oh.
There'll be 4 down territory here for South Harrison, 3rd and 6.
5.5 remaining in the game. And looks like there will be a timeout. Bulldogs.
Yeah, South Harrison. Well, South Harrison was going to get the timeout, but then the officials decide to reset the play clock.
So regardless, here's a handoff to Coffey on 3rd down. Looks like he's going to get it.
Yeah, he needed 6, and he got 7.
49, Coffey on the carry, drove down from behind by 5, Horner, and then 33, Ross.
Horner and Ross on the stop, but not until Coffey gets 7 that to move the chains, and we'll get the clock run again, coming down 4:40 on the clock as South Harrison brings the play in with Brendan Hoover. We'll get 2 backs to the backfield with Eckerson split out in the wing right.
Handoff to Galloway. Good job by Polo defense, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage for, looks like maybe a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, and I think that, like South Harrison's had no gain, but that's the first negative on the run that I can remember here in this game. So 2nd and 12, but the positive for South Harrison is that clock continues to run. Here with 3:50 now to go in the ball game and the 39-8 lead.
2nd down and 12. Cornett looking to pass. See if he decides to keep it or not. He's going to end up passing it to his intended target, incomplete. I think that was Eckerson.
Bring up 3rd and 12.
Yeah, he's trying to get that. Out there to Eckerson. There is a flag, and it's going to be illegal man downfield. And let's see. I would assume Polo will decline this just because the incompletion, you already got the negative yardage. We'll wait and see here. Well, they're going to wave it off.
Flag has been waved off.
I do think it's one that Polo probably would have declined, Andrew,
regardless.
just because of, bringing up the 3rd and 12 instead of
redoing
2nd down and 17. Don't want to give South Harrison the extra down. Bad thing there for South Harrison, by throwing the ball, the incompletion stops the clock. See if they get back to the ground and get that clock running. Because here, while you'd like to score, you don't have to. You just want to run this out if you can.
Yeah. Handoff, Hoover around the outside. Another flag goes flying as he's pushed out of bounds.
Hoover on the carry, run out of bounds by Sturkey. Flag on the play, holding against the Bulldogs.
And again, I would assume this one, we talked about it, this one, if it sticks and they don't wave it off, will definitely be declined, because that'll bring up 4th down, and Hoover wasn't able to turn the corner. And that was no gain. They will decline it. 4 down. And so South Harrison a little sloppy here. Number 1, incomplete pass stops the clock. you get a hold, so an offense penalty, and you also, Andrew, on that ran out of bounds, right? The things you don't want to do late in the game, that in closer games, those things make a difference, right? If this is a one-score game, those are things that make a difference. Those personal foul penalties and then running out of bounds and those kind of things, right? If you're Jet Cornett, you're trying to get the play, but if you can just run and pick up a few yards, you keep that clock going, and it's probably around 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah.
So we'll keep it here on this timeout. Southhurst will come out 4th and 12. Now, you definitely can throw it now, because if you don't get it, turnover on downs, the clock stops, so it doesn't matter if it's incomplete. So see what South Harrison does. We have seen once tonight that little throwback screen to Gage Barclay. This might be a good time for that. They also have a similar play to
they're kicking a
yeah,
goal?
maybe going to attempt a field goal here for South Harrison. So
as far as that, about 30 yards.
This will be
32.
Right, so what, 27, 37-yard field goal.
We haven't seen this. Jet Cornett set to kick this, and that is
Yeah,
way
wide
to the left. So no good. And Polo will take over with 3:28 remaining in the game, trailing 8-39.
Yeah, so
maybe a scoregami, not usually a common football score.
That's one of those, again, if you're South Harrison here, nothing behind you. Keep runners inbounds. Keep this clock running if you can. Polo, obviously not in a position to necessarily win this game here, but I'm sure they'd like to score and make it a little closer on the scoreboard. And South Harrison, you've got to make sure, from a district standpoint, Andrew, that
points matter.
Points matter. That was Mars and Smith on the tackle.
It's a couple yards. Yeah, and I mean, if Polo is able to march down the field and score on the South Harrison defense, I mean, that's pretty impressive on their point of view, considering the score of a lot of South Harrison's game this year. You know, they've held their opponents all but one to single digits, so see if Polo can't punch in a score here. Is
I saw by Coffee on that. Again, now that Maryland eye, it was Sturkey. We'll get a timeout. Polo this time with 2:38 to go. Coach Ross wants to talk about it. It'll be third down when we come back. We'll step away. Be back after this commercial break.
It's time to crush your fitness goals at the Body Shop. Open 24 hours a day, this is your place to push harder, run faster, and get stronger. Hit the indoor track, pump it up with free weights and weight machines, or torch calories on our treadmills and ellipticals. Whatever your workout, we've got the gear. You bring the drive. The Body Shop, Bethany's 24/7 fitness center. No excuses, just results. Start your fitness journey today for a better tomorrow.
All right, CF Rainey Andrew Sweat back. A timeout on the field. Timeout by the Panthers. They trail 39-8. 2:38 on the clock. It's going to be 3rd and 7. So they did get a yard on that last play. And again, with the time, field position out the window here as far as 4-down territory, I think, if you're Polo, because, you know, if you turn it over, South Harrison probably just going to try to run out the clock on you.
Yep.
And so you'd be willing to go ahead and try whatever you need here on 3rd or 4th down if you have to.
Yeah, we've seen this Polo offense be able to move the football pretty efficiently, at least on a few drives. If you're South Harrison, you just really want to avoid any personal fouls or anything. That's really been the killer tonight, and really the reason why Polo has points on the board. And the run on 3rd down is going nowhere, and it will be 4th down with 2.5 minutes remaining.
So it's 4th down and no gain. And again here, Andrew, I get it. it's in a position where you normally wouldn't. I still would play safe.
Yeah, considering what happened last time. And they are just going to punt this one away. So Cornett, good catch there, as he will decide to take this one back and step out of bounds.
That's good for Cornett as the clock just ticks under 2 minutes, 1:59. Right, because change of possession, the clock's going to stop, so you go out of bounds, and you'd like to keep your quarterback, and his jersey's pretty clean tonight.
Yeah.
You'd like to keep him from taking an undue hit, and South Harrison's going to have their second stringers in here.
All the young guys coming in.
As Polo's going to rotate some players in as well.
Seen a lot of the JV guys this year. That's usually a good thing, you know?
Yeah, and we'll have to go back to our roster, some numbers that we're not as familiar with.
It's the handoff.
Familiar with that one, though. I think that was Case Morgan.
Be a good 4-yard pickup for the sophomore. You can probably expect he'll be a starting running back next year.
Yeah,
he already plays a little bit.
He starts on defense, and then he's worked his way in at times and gain of 5, and he is a hard runner. He doesn't have the size of a Cray Coffee, but boy, he runs hard.
Yeah. Here's the handoff on 2nd down. On the outside, good pickup. Was that Whitmire?
I think so. Looks like he got the first down. Maybe they're going to mark him short. Sorry, I jumped the gun.
That clock keeps rolling, though, as we're just at 1 minute remaining.
Well, they will give him the first down. They flipped it to 3rd and had me fooled. But we're under a minute. And, South Harrison really only has to probably snap it, depending on the length of plays here, 1 or 2 more times.
There's the snap, handoff. Good contact there.
And
good run as well by Case.
Case Morgan, sophomore. And that should be it here for South Harrison.
Most likely won't run another play. You don't have to.
2nd and 4, but South Harrison will go ahead and flip up final on the scoreboard. And that's where we'll end it.
Yeah, South Harrison improves to 7-1 on the year. Polo goes to 3-5. Good hard-fought battle from Polo tonight.
Yeah, nice win by South Harrison. We'll go ahead and I'll bring Andrew in over here with me, and we'll get to the Green Hills post-game show, and we'll come in. So South Harrison, Andrew, 39-8. Penalties kept a couple of Polo drives going, but Polo did on that scoring drive. They were able to run the ball, and they had the big outside run by their quarterback, and they were able to grind it out on the ground to get the touchdown, got the 2-point conversion, and so they win at 39-8 here on Bulldog Sports TV, again, Green Hills Insurance post-game show. We appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. And so, Andrew, just some short closing thoughts here as we'll try to get on the road, get ahead of the storm tonight, and kind of an abbreviated post-game show. Just what South Harrison did tonight here on the road versus Polo.
Yeah, a really impressive win overall. 39-8 is the final. Like I said, kind of a unique score. But sometimes high school games you'll get scores like that. But once again, holding their opponent to a single digit, and honestly, it came down to kind of those penalties, personal fouls, just kind of dumb mistakes. And there was that one onside kick that Polo was able to get. They had a little bit of momentum there in the middle of the second half. But really impressed by South Harrison. And, there's a big game next week against Gallatin. Seems like Putnam County's probably going to end up beating Gallatin. I don't know if we have a final score or not.
Last score, fourth quarter, 42-8, Putnam over Gallatin.
So about score this one, essentially. So, but, we can't judge a team based on that. We know Putnam's pretty good, but got to be ready for Gallatin next week, and then it's district time. So
yeah, on the road again, and we'll be there, Andrew and I, in Gallatin as the teams gathered for team prayer, both Polo and South Harrison. Nice, always nice to see the sportsmanship after a hard-fought game. See some lightning in the distance, so we're going to just do an abbreviated Green Hills Insurance postgame show. I want to thank all of our sponsors again: O'Neill's Home Furnishings and Floor Coverings, Harrison County Community Hospital, Little Claire's Garden, Green Hills Insurance, Pettyjohn Auto Center, as well as Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, Bethany Rotary Club, Bethany Building Center, United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, El Nopal Authentic Mexican Food, BTC Bank, Hidden Acres Cabins, Shelter Insurance, Shane Jones of Bethany, Bethany Fuel Depot, and the Body Shop 24-Hour Fitness Center. Real quick reminder that Bulldog Sports TV will be streaming on Misha TV, South Harrison versus Marceline District Softball Championship on Monday at 5 p.m. That stream, again, won't be on our Facebook or YouTube channel because of postseason rules with the State Activities Association. We'll get the link up on our Facebook page and remind everyone that game will be pay-per-view, so there will be a cost associated with it that will be paid to Misha. But we appreciate the opportunity to be able to stream that. So if you can't be there in person, make sure to tune in. Again, big thanks to all of our sponsors. We'll come back real quick here. And I appreciate Andrew Sweat always being with us here on the road with football. Green Hills Insurance post-game show. We'll go ahead and say goodnight as a big lightning strike just happened across. We'll try to get to the car before it breaks out here from Polo. See ya on Monday from Trenton.